Well, folks, welcome to another episode of Forge in Anyday. We're back again, taking a look at Forge, the open source Magic the Gathering engine, and we're taking a look at another new deck that I'm working on, slowly putting it together physically, but let's take a look at what it looks like. So this is my Wizzards deck, and let's take a look at the commander. And one of the reasons why I built this Wizard deck was because I was starting to get a lot of Wizards from the Final Fantasy set, as I was starting to collect some of those Final Fantasy cards. And I was trying to choose, what commander would work best and what colors I would want. And looking through it, I came to the conclusion that I would want blue, black, and red. So I was hunting down, and it was between I think I had narrowed it down to I was looking through cards that I had, cards that I was looking at from the Final Fantasy set, and actually can go back to here. You can see this Kefka here was an option. He enters and players discard cards, then you draw cards, and then if I do it very carefully, we can look at the other side, and then his other side is whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards. So I was looking at that. He seems pretty strong and a pretty solid commander. So yeah, he enters, everybody discards a card, and you draw a card for each one discarded. So he's a good card draw engine. But I didn't really, well, it's nice. It doesn't matter that he's really a wizard, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't really, other wizards don't really help, the Kefka don't really synergize with them particularly well. And then the other wizard I had in my collection that was in blue, black, and red was 11 the Mage. Unfortunately, I didn't even include 11 the Mage in this deck, so I can't show you folks. Actually, wait, hold on. If we go over to the card catalog and search for 11 the Mage, and you can see what it does is it gives you, it increases your maximum hand size to 11. 11. That's not particularly useful though. If it was no max hand, since there's so many cards that give no max hand size, it's a bit silly that it just increases your hand size by 4. It doesn't matter. And then it has when it attacks, you draw a card, you lose 1 life. Then if you have 11 or more cards in your hand, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. That's fine. Then it has the Friends Forever thing, which a set of other cards that you can add to the commander deck. And then I was like, well, I only really wanted blue, black, and red, so I was looking at, I think there was one other card, but that would Friends Forever with it, but didn't really synergize with any of the other wizards or anything. So I suppose it does kind of, you have 11 or more. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could probably slot 11 into this deck if I really wanted to. But let's look at the actual, commander. So the actual commander that I put in here is, reset it. The actual commander that I ended up going with after doing some research was Inalla, Archmage Ritualist. It's 2, a blue, a black, and a red, and it has Eminence. That's one of the benefits that when it's on the battlefield or in the command zone, you may whenever you cast a wizard, whenever another non-token wizard enters the battlefield under your control, if it's in the command zone or on the battlefield, Inalla is on the command zone or battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do create a token that's a copy of that wizard, that token gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step. And then it says, tap 5 untap wizards you control, target player loses 7 life. I don't think I've ever used that tap 5 ability. I probably should. That is probably useful. But the benefit of Inalla is that because its eminence is its main strength, you never really have to cast it. You never have to get it out of the command zone to get it to do its thing. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to so because I focused a lot on the Final Fantasy cards, one of the things that I wanted to try to do with this deck was so a lot of the Final Fantasy cards that center around wizards are similar to this card, Black Waltz No. 3. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Black Waltz 3 deals 2 damage to each opponent. And it also has Death Touch and Flying. But you can see, Kuja's another good example of this, is at the beginning of your end step, create a tap 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. So what you're trying to do here, what we're trying to do, is we're trying to fill up our board with a bunch of 0/1 black wizard creature tokens, or a Black Waltz, and things like Black Waltz, this Coruscation Mage, whatever this thing is called, this Otter Wizard. You can see this one does 1 damage whenever you cast a non-creature spell. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill up our board with a bunch of these things that damage all of our opponents whenever we cast a non-creature spell. And we're So I'll give you an example here of what a good turn could look like. We have 3 mana up. Actually, no. We'll say 5 mana up. We play this Cursor Mage, offspring it, so for a total of 4. And then that triggers our commander. We pay an extra 1. We get a copy of the Cursor Mage. And so that's a total of 5 mana. And then we just play any non-creature spell, maybe a Thought Vessel, and then we suddenly are doing 4 damage to each opponent. So where this gets really crazy, is this Dual Caster Mage. So when Dual Caster Mage, it has Flash. Dual Caster Mage enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose a new target for that copy. So we could get down our Cursor Mage, or a bunch of, we have down our 0/1, our pingers, as I'll call them. We we have down all of our pingers, and then we cast maybe a Ponder, and then we cast the Dual Caster Mage. So suddenly now there's 2 Ponders on the stack. And then we pay 1 for the Eminence, for the Eminence cost, and then we get a second Dual Caster Mage, and then we get a 3rd Ponder on the stack. You can see what we're trying to do here. So suddenly you have 3 Ponders. All of your pingers are now pinging 3 different times. You're drawing a ton of cards. I've also, and this is something that I've noticed with this deck, I rely a lot on essentially board wipes. I've been drawing into a lot of board wipes, and I'll use them. So, you know, for instance, we have our Cyclone Summoner, and these are a lot of board wipes that are not quite completely, that don't quite completely hit us, but completely hit our opponents. So for instance, the Cyclone Summoner, when he comes in, return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands that aren't giants, wizards, or lands. So essentially we wipe their field clean. We probably pick up all of our artifacts, which is actually a benefit for us. If we have a bunch of pingers down, we can replay all of our artifacts, all of our little, you know, mana rocks, and be paying as we're doing that. And even though this is really a single board wipe, I'll generally pay the 1 to get a second copy of it, because it's a 7/7, it'll have haste and we can swing in with it. Now I'll remind you again, the downside of Alana's Eminence ability is that they disappear, the tokens disappear at the end of the turn, and there's not much we can do about that. But and I'm not, and you know, I even looked into things that could end your turn early, but because it says the end of the next end of turn, you can't just skip your end turn and have them. They'll just disappear on somebody else's end turn. Unfortunate with that. So a lot of our deck, what it's trying to do, we're trying to, we have a bunch of wizards that we can copy, and you know, Queen Bahrain here generates more wizards, so we wanna be swinging in with her whenever possible, and we run a Panamaticon, so that, you know, it'll you know, all of our triggers will trigger an additional time when they come in. We'll get to dual caster. Every time we dual caster, we'll get to double the number of spells we double, you know. Same with the non-bon here. Non-bon also double triggers for our wizards. I will say some of our, due to the way this deck functions and because we're doubling spells and things like that, I've noticed that things that would normally not be board wipes turn into board wipes. For instance, you know, this Rakdos Charm, or maybe not Rakdos Charm, you know, the Crosis Charm, is either doubling this, then we're destroying multiple non-black creatures, you know, there's definitely, we run a lot of counter spells, we run a lot of targeted removal and board wipes. I should go over Kindred Dominance, you know, we name Wizard, it doesn't hit our stuff. This one would hit all of our stuff. Flood of Tears, if we're picking up a lot of things, we get to put one thing back. If you pick up 4 things, you put one thing back. So we run a lot of things that can kind of bounce. Because we're kind of concerned, and you can see I went with this is another low power deck, and so it doesn't have things like Smothering Tide and things like that. So somewhat none of the Cyclonic Rift, the completely asymmetric board wipe. But we run Propaganda to try to dissuade folks from swinging in at us. I'm actually thinking about adding Ghostly Prison to this. I know I actually have a copy of one of those, so I might throw that in here. And I also run Lulu here, which whenever an opponent attacks you, I choose one of their attacking creatures and put a stun counter on it as Proliferate. But I don't know, for whatever reason, the AI, whenever I play Lulu, even if she's the only thing on the field, will start attacking me. It sees Lulu as a threat, I guess because of the Proliferate, but we don't even really, we're not really proliferating other than, I guess, to proliferate stun counters. So it doesn't really have quite the intended effect of dissuading folks from attacking us. They just attack and then I stun them. But they all attack, so I have to stun all of them, and it does a bunch of damage to us. Yeah, we'll jump into a game here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Oh, I should also mention, I also run a mirror box in this deck to allow us to copy some of the Kujas and things like that. Control 2 or more basic lands. Yeah, so we'll keep this. Okay, now we have enough for Kuja here. So we'll play this tapped. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't come in tapped. Discovery is also, we want to get that down. I should also mention the issue with Kefka in this deck is that when you flip it, anytime you damage someone, you draw that many cards. It's not a May trigger. So I have decked myself with Kefka, so I have to be careful. I probably won't flip it, because there is a lot of card draw. Kindred Discovery, also not a May. So let's play this. We can get down the, yeah, look at the top two cards, put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, let's play this. Oh, I don't have enough for Eminence. You don't need to emanate him. Counterspell, Goblez. I did throw Goblez in this just because he is a wizard and he's just kind of laying around. He's a 2-drop. We don't run many. Well, we do run a lot of mana rocks. I'll take the Goblez. Okay. And then let's... The beginning of your Ensep create... Okay. What does this other side actually do? I don't think I've ever flipped Kuja. Wizard will deal damage and it deals double that damage. That's pretty good. I think we'll try to get him down. One of these tap for blue? How did he... Oh, I guess it's red. draw some cards. Can't pay for the eminence. Wouldn't want to pay for the eminence. Let's swing in at this fella here. Create a wizard. Are we actually gonna flip him this turn? At the beginning of your end step, create a... then if you control 4 or more wizards. So, probably the end of next turn, we're gonna flip him. Oh. I guess we won't. That's fine. I mean, I'd rather have pingers out. Goldbloods we're not gonna... I guess we could Kindred Discovery, couldn't we? Yeah, you know, let's do that. Kindred Discovery. Does some damage. Say wizard. Oh, is there something? Creature tokens get negative. Oh, that's fine. We're not we're not swinging. I think we'll just sit back. And that's the thing with this deck is I'm generally not swinging in with it. Okay. Just because I don't... That's not the... It's not the purpose of this deck. We're really wanting to sit back and let these folks, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. Well, we're going to be drawing a lot of cards. Yeah, okay. So we've drawn a lot of cards. Can we turn 2 creatures to their owner's hands? This is commander. I don't have anything to blow it up with right now. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Create... When you cast a creature spell... Lifelink. Lifelink isn't bad. Let's play this. Remember I have to play a land also. Do some damage. Draw 2 cards. Draw another card. Oh, we got our dual caster. Dual caster is pretty good. I think... Oh, we can't even... Oh, I could... in, do some damage to myself. So I think I do want to slap down Goldblez. Goldblez. Actually, how big is Goldblez? Yeah, he's a good blocker. Black. Pay the 1 life. We're not using that Eminence ability at all so far. You can see it's useful, and it's going to be useful when we dual caster. I think next turn. I think Kuja's going to flip this turn. What does this guy have? Caster. That's fine. Crew 1, so he could kill Kuja. We don't want that. Let's swing at this guy. We're drawing so many cards. And now we've got a... Now he's flipping. Okay. let's get rid of this land. And I don't really want a land that's gonna damage me. It does come in on tap, though. I mean, that's good. I don't think... Is anybody running a lot of... He has a couple of artifacts. He has one artifact. No, we'll get rid of this guy. I don't think we need to pull anything out of our graveyard. And then... go down a mountain. Oh. Ponder or Brainstorm, what do I choose? Comet Storm's nice. I have to choose one more card, right? Man, these are so cheap too. Let's get rid of... Let's get rid of Step Through. It's kind of expensive. And you know what, actually... We'll do that. I will take the land that damages me. We're not doing too bad so far. I think we're gonna have a pretty decent turn coming up soon. Draw 2 cards. Okay, let's see. So what do we want to do here? I think we want to... What does this thing do? Destroy target artifact. I just don't want to do a big Comet Storm. We could Brainstorm, draw 3 cards, and put 2 in your library in any order. Let's do that. Play this thing. We'll Brainstorm. Okay. Then we'll Dualcaster Mage. We'll do the Eminence first. Okay. We will pay for the Eminence. Okay. Draw a card. Then we'll Brainstorm. What does this say? Then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library. Ooh, Riptide Laboratory is very good, because then we can start recurring our Dualcaster Mage. Let's put these lands back. That's good. Put this land back. Do some damage. Oh, do the copies not? What are the... Whenever you cast, does it not count for, let's put those. That's fine. In order. Then we definitely want to play this fella here, so we don't have to discard the hand size. Do some damage to everybody. Surveil 1. Swamp. Graveyard with the swamp. Okay. Yeah, so we're doing some damage. This guy's down to 3 life. This guy's down to 17. I mean, I'm fine just sitting here. Actually, no, we'll swing in with the dual casters. We're gonna lose it anyway. Swinging at this guy. Draw a card. Okay. It's not that I would have taken out one of my tokens. What do I know? Yeah, I mean, this... Yeah, so we're going to take a little bit down from that guy. Draw some cards. Let's... What's the Riptide Laboratory? So we're gonna pick up the Dual Caster Mage. And then we're going to Lightning Bolt, pay 1, and then we're going to Dual Caster Mage, pull Eminence first. So let's see. So he's gonna have 3 damage coming at him, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. What does this say? Whenever this tokens, it's a wizard. The wizard you control would deal damage. So this is gonna be so this is actually gonna be 8 damage. Then we're gonna hit him with another 3, so we'll bring it up to 11. So we could, you know, we'll throw 1 more at him, and then the other copy. Oh, what is Amulet of? Whenever you become the target of, oh, I don't have enough to. I can pay for 1 of them. Okay, so it's good that I noticed that. So he's gonna fizzle 1 of them. We'll hit this guy then. Whenever you become the target, yeah. So it's gonna fizzle that. Yeah, I have no way of paying the extra 1. But then there's going to be 8 damage coming in. So gets rid of him. That gets rid of him. He's down to 4. Could just swing in with this fella. You'd have to block it. I mean, you could phase it out. So I guess that doesn't... Well... We'll send this. I'll have to block 1 of them. Actually, no, we'll keep him back. We'll just swing in with the token. Ooh, that's good. Exile it. Oh, he's still swinging at me. I mean, hey, that's what you want to do. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? So we'll do. Whenever you become the target of spell, or controls counterspell. So we'll blow up that thing. Yeah, we'll offspring. We need a red and a black. Play this offspring. Yeah, we'll pay the offspring. I actually don't remember if we get. Do we get 2? you get 2 offspring? No, we just get the 1 offspring. Oh well. And then I think all we should need to do now is Rakdos Charm, destroy target artifact, destroy this thing, and red and black. And that's it. That's all she wrote. So yeah, that actually worked out pretty well. Usually my games with this deck go a little bit long, and they tend to, I tend to get pretty low life. Like, I tend to go into the teens, and there's no life gain in this deck. So once your life total goes low, you're basically there. But a lot of this deck, I mean, you can see how it comes together. And I forgot to mention, and I've done that same combo with the Dual Caster Mage and the Riptide Laboratory, being able to, and you know, it is costly. It does cost a lot of mana. You're paying 2 to bounce the Dual Caster to your hand. Then you're paying 3 for the Dual Caster, 1 for the Eminence ability to copy the Dual Caster, and then, you know, another, you know, and then whatever your spell is. So it's certainly not cheap to mana wise to try to pull off that combo. But you can see, you can start just recurring them, you know, for the low price of 6 mana. You can drop a Dual Caster Mage, double them, and recur them back to your hand. So you would get 2 copies of a spell and then be able to, you know, get another 2 the next turn. And really it's you, and you can kind of see where you hit this point of like your deck's kind of sputtering, and then it's when you start getting, when you get the Dual Caster Mage, or you get a Panharmonicon or something that starts doubling your triggers, or a you know, the Navon or whatever, and then you just get a low-cost Brainstorm or Dark Ritual, or one of these 1 mana things that are very innocuous, and then you just, you know, and you saw how many cards you could draw with just the 1 Brainstorm, and then you Dual Caster it, and you're drawing, you know, you're really drawing 3 cards off of it. You have, so I'd say this is a deck that is low power until, you know, at a certain point, if your opponents aren't trying to knock you out, you can just pop off with 1 mana, you know, with a 1 mana spell. And true, you need a bunch more mana for everything else, but you can really start going off with it. So yeah, that's the deck. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should show you in this deck that might come in useful. Honestly, I haven't played a lot of this deck, so I don't know what works and what doesn't work quite yet. I'm actually trying to put it together physically. Usually if it's physically in hand, it just helps me work with it a little bit more. Like I said, here's the mirror box, so it eliminates the legend rule, and then we can start copying our legendary creatures with the Eminence ability. That is the two downsides of this particular deck, is that you you get a token that only stays around until the end of the next turn, and you only if you copy a legendary creature, it's going to trigger the legend rule. And I think, you know, I was thinking about maybe putting the what is it called, the master. I can look it up in here. I have to scroll through this huge list. The Master Multiplied. So you can see the... Oh, where's the normal? Okay, there he is. So, the Master Multiplied... Oops. I guess you only get to... You gotta watch for the cursor. He eliminates the legend rule, and he has Myriad, but... Oh, and I guess he does... Triggered abilities you control can't cause you to sacrifice or exile tokens you control. Yeah, I guess that would be pretty good in this deck. So maybe I'll plop him in here. Because being able to you know, copy, you know, something like Black Waltz No. 3 and then keep it around, that's pretty good. He's kind of expensive though. 6 mana. Alright, well, enough theory crafting on my part. We'll call it there. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this deck. So I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one. Adios.